Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing on this evening? Yeah, so I'm actually live tonight. So we've been talking about this journey of unlearning for a while, right? Just talking about, we've been getting familiar with each other, about some of the things that we've encountered in life, things that we've gone through in life, and all of that other stuff, right? So now we're going to talk about the other portion of the journey to unlearning, right? So so during this journey, there must be a time of rehabilitation, reconciliation, restoration, and rejuvenation. Let's talk about it. Bloom, 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 bloom. I think I'm gonna do that every week now because I love that so much. This song, that track means a lot to me. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Conversations with Terrence. I am your word sayer, Terrence, coming to you live from my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful edifice. Yes, coming to you live from my beautiful edifice. I think I was a minute late. I didn't realize the time. I'm up here just like looking through my phone. I was like, oh shoot, that joint said 9:01. So I came on a few seconds late. I didn't mean to. I meant to come in on time. How y'all doing? It's been a couple of weeks since I've been like live. I've dropped a couple of videos that I recorded earlier in the day on Tuesday, but this is the first time I've come live in like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I believe. 3 weeks, I believe. All right, but still, I am here. I am here. We are here. So how y'all doing, man? Just go ahead and tell me in the comments how y'all doing. I know y'all not on just yet, but that's okay. God is good. He's still in the blessing business. If you see me looking down, I'm actually looking at the few notes that I actually put together, right? And then speaking of looking and seeing stuff, y'all like the new spectacles? Yes, sir. I can see clear now. God is good. I'm like the eagle eye prophet right now. Yes, Lord. And these frames look fabulous. Well, fabulous is not the most masculine word, but we're going to use fabulous tonight. Yeah, so I'm trying to get used to these joints, right? Now I can definitely see. Hey, Chanel, how you doing? Good to see you up on this joint right here. Hey, Chris Wilkes, what's going on? I see you here chilling. That's wonderful. Good to see the people. Sorry, I'm choking on my spit. Yeah. So, all right. So I'm getting used to these glasses, right? Because the older I get, the worse my vision is, right? So now at 44, I have to have what's called transition lens, right? So the top of the lens is just regular, and then the bottom, instead of being traditional bifocals, when y'all used to see back in the days that little foggy bifocal joint, nah, these are transition. So the bottom is like kind of the bifocal, so I can read. I don't have to like look too old when I'm reading stuff now. So this is a little jarring for me. I got to kind of get used to it. All right, so let's get the ball rolling so I don't be on here long tonight. Hey, Cherry, how you doing? How you doing? I missed you guys. I hope you guys have been catching the pre-recorded videos that I put up. Those videos were recorded on those days, just a couple of hours before I posted it. But hey, it wasn't live. We live, and I missed the actual interaction and conversation with you guys. So we're gonna get into it, man. So on this journey of unlearning, right? We talked about unlearning the things that we grew up on, things that no longer serve us as adults, right? And I'm assuming that everybody's an adult that's, that's in this little tiny community that I have, right? So, and we've unlearning things that does not necessarily quote unquote work for us anymore, right? And learning our own new path, our own new journey. I've discovered along these conversations that we've been having that I actually have social anxiety, and I suffered from abandonment issues, stuff that I never really knew about because I never had these actual real conversations. So y'all gonna see me adjust this real quick. Sorry, but I gotta do it because this is aggravating me. I should have did this before I started. There we go. Praise God to whom all blessings flow. Yep, y'all gonna hear all of that rattling in the microphone. I don't care. All right. So yeah, man. So all of these things that we discovered, all of the conversations that we've had thus far was about the quote unquote traumas and dramas that we've all been through. And but there has to come a point in time during this journey that there has to be some form of rehabilitation, reconciliation, restoration, and rejuvenation, right? And when I say restoration, I don't mean restore like relationships with people who have really, really done some wild stuff that has really changed the trajectory of your life in a negative way. No, I'm not saying like, reconcile and restore that. When I say restoration, I mean restore yourself back to where you were the happiest you've ever been in your life. And because of life trauma and drama and all this extra stuff, right? Because of all of these things that we've gone through, like we literally forgot the happy place. And it's so funny, like for me, right? I literally forgot, or like it really left my mind, and I did not realize that I was no longer a dreamer until like a couple of months ago. So this is what I used to do, right? I used to ride around like certain parts of Atlanta, even when I lived up in Connecticut, certain parts of Connecticut, looking at all of the wealth and the opulence, and that would like literally give me fuel. And I would be like, oh my God, like I can see me there. Like, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. I like it, always planning what I'm gonna do. Yeah, doing soul work. You right, Chris? And so I was always like, yo, this is what I'm gonna end up doing. This is what I'm gonna do, and to get this not just for the sake of I got all of this stuff and I have these things or anything like that, but it was just like a metric to get to something hopeful, like something to dream towards, right? And then as life started lifing and doing its thing, and I mean like the recent years of life and like COVID life the life out of me, like for real, and that I actually literally stopped dreaming. And then recently I was driving down a street in a town called Marietta here in Georgia, right? And it's like one of the man, if y'all see these houses, bro, y'all be like, what in the world? I drove down that street the other day and I was just like, there's always a house for sale over there. Like all of these houses are always for sale over there, right? Because rich people, they be just like, all right, I had enough of this house. I didn't even live in it. I'd never slept one night in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell it now, right? So it's one of those type of neighborhoods, right? And I saw another house for sale over there, and I was just like, yo, there was a time that I would make plans of like where I would put my studio in that house, or where the bedroom, which part of the house I want this to be. It was, and then like I forgot all of that because of life and the trauma and all of that other stuff that I've recently gone through in my life, all of the changes in my life. I literally stopped dreaming. So Terry said, it's crazy that you said that, because the other day I was like, when I was at my happiest, there you go. That's right. Because now during this journey, right, we're going to think about what was that time when I was at my happiest, right? And that's where I want us to get back to in terms of like restoration. Let's restore that happiness. Let's restore us back to that place of complete happiness. And for some of us, complete happiness was when we were kids and we had no bills. Because I'm gonna be honest, I had a wonderful childhood. I can't think of a time in my childhood where it was like, oh, oh, I don't want to be here. Like I can't even think about one of those times for me. That's not everybody's testimony, right? Not everybody can say that. And I dare not I dare not make light of anybody's childhood who had a hard childhood. I dare not make light of that. But for me, I had a wonderful childhood. I had ice cream all the time. Like I said, my parents worked at this ice cream factory where they made ice cream. Like I had a wonderful, wonderful childhood. Man, I had ice cream all the time. And for a kid, that's all you care about. You care about ice cream. You care about candy. You care about all of that. I'm surprised I got teeth. Like I never had like a tooth pulled. I've never had a toothache. I'm surprised of all the ice cream that I had when I was a kid. I'm surprised about that. But yeah, man. So there has to be a time of rehabilitation, right? And let's talk about, because rehabilitation is going to go right along the lines of like forgiveness, right? Forgive those who have had some transgressions against you, or forgiving yourself, man, of things that you've done to other people. Because let's be honest, man, none of us are all squeaky clean. A lot of us has been super out of pocket. Super out of pocket. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I was extremely out of pocket once upon a time. Sometimes I can still be out of pocket, but I'm honorable now. I wasn't always honorable. I was on something else at some other time, man. And I had to go through a period of rehabilitation. And I think a lot of the times that I was like down, I was out, and like just life was a part of my rehabilitating process. Because like they send people to jail because jail is supposed to be a place where people get rehabilitated, but it don't kind of really work like that anymore. People go to jail and now they can be on their cell phone playing video games and like do all this other stuff. But life had put me in a position where I had to be rehabilitated because of all of the craziness I was going through, all of the craziness that I caused. Because let's be honest, man, a lot of the stuff that we've been through was self-inflicted. Let's be honest with each other. This is a judgment-free zone, right? Come as you are, be who you are. That's the community that I'm building, right? So let's just be 100% transparent. Nobody's gonna look at you like you crazy. Yeah, there's some self-inflicted things that I've gone through, man. Self-inflicted, man, for real. They getting college degrees in jails now. Yeah, but they've been getting college degrees for a long time though. They coming out of jail being apostles. I'm dead serious. They coming out of jail being everything right now. But for the most part, a lot of those cats don't be rehabilitated, man. A lot of those cats, they make it a revolving door. Yeah, it is what it. Hey, Naomi, how you doing? How you doing, Naomi? It's good to see you. Good to see you. I'm so glad that you are on here. You guys are making me really happy tonight. You guys are making me super happy tonight. I love this. I love that you're on here. I love that you want to be a part of the conversation. So please fill up this comment section. Let's have these conversations, man. So, and then with rehabilitation, man, let's talk. Let's talk about rehabilitating yourself, like putting yourself back into society, right? And when I'm talking about society, I'm talking about the society that you want to create. The things I love you too, Naomi. I really do. Yeah, say what's up to everybody in here. Everybody talk to each other in here, man. This is a wonderful, wonderful place to be tonight. This is a judgment-free zone tonight. You can say what you want. You can be free. Just don't say nothing that'll make YouTube shut us down. Just don't say nothing too crazy. So YouTube don't block nobody tonight. Yeah, so like rehabilitation, man. Put yourself back into the society that you want to create. Make yourself in like rehabilitation, because this is what happens, right? I'm gonna speak for myself, and I am 100% certain that this is with a lot of other people as well, right? So I'm naturally a recluse, right? So what happens is, especially when life was life and I was going through some things, not being as honorable as I should, all of these things are coming against me, or things that I'm creating, right? I have gone into such a Yeah, I became more of a recluse. Yeah, I can say it like that. I become more of a recluse to where people ain't hear from me. I would ignore everybody's calls. I wasn't mad at nobody. I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't want to. I don't want to be a part of society right now because of all of the trauma that I've experienced, everything that I've gone through, everything that I've caused on myself, everything that was self-inflicted. Like I'm just like, man, I don't really want to deal with all of that right now. I don't want to deal with people. I want to be as far away from people as possible. But there has to be a period of time where rehabilitation is the focus. You have to rehabilitate yourself back into the rest of the world because we are social creatures, y'all. And I'm telling y'all this because I'm learning this. We are social creatures, and you cannot go through life alone. You cannot carry these burdens alone. Burdens are not designed for you to carry by yourself. Yeah, Cherry, you've been there too. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, we've been there. Burdens like this is not life is not designed for you to be alone. We are paired. Some of us might, our pairs might look like more than another person. You know, I'm not judging anybody. It is what it is. This is life. Let's be adults right now. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Been there too. That's right. Oh, I just read that. I'm bugging. And so, and then during this journey, right, there has to be a time for reconciliation. Yes. Yes. You must reconcile with some people. True, because we need community. We just have to connect with like minded people who want wealth and health. That is very, very true. We have to connect with like minded people. And it's so funny. I mentioned this last week, right? With being unequally yoked, right? Like minded people, you don't always agree with them. Like minded means your goal and the end result is the same. That's what that means. Like we all have the same vision, but sometimes how to get and execute that vision may be different, right? So you may be strong in this area, I may be strong in this area, and then as long as we are working, every time I do it every time. As long as we're working together, we're going in the same direction. We both can't be strong in this area right here, and nobody's strong in this area, but we're still saying, well, we're both strong in this area. We both, rock in this area, and that's way. That is unequally yoked, y'all. That is unequally yoked. That you guys are both you always on the same page in this area, this area, this area. You're strong in this area. But if you think of a yoke, like I said last week, a yoke is what you put in the mouth of an animal that is pulling something, right? So what you would do is if you're super strong in this area right here, right, and you're constantly pulling, that animal is gonna go in the other direction instead of towards the goal. So like I said last week, you got to be strong in this area. Your ideas can be this way. This idea is that way. Actually, this way. And then, boom, you're going to go in the right direction. I never want to be the smartest person in the room, Sherry. I don't. I hate it when I'm the smartest person in the room, right? Only because I always feel like if I'm in a certain every situation, I need to be learning something. If I am the smartest person in the room all the time, I'm in the wrong room, y'all. So if you're the most advanced, if you're smart, if you are the smartest person, and I keep looking at my phone, guys, because I don't have time to go through this to make it not go to sleep. So we're gonna deal with that later. So like if you're always the smartest person in the room, or the smartest person in your group, or the most advanced person in the group or your room, right? Listen, you in the wrong room, you in the wrong group. You have to be willing to be open and teachable. That's right, man. We gotta be teachable. We gotta be teachable all the time. Like for real, for real. Like me, I'm constantly a student, and I know when to be a teacher, but I also know that it's not just as equally important. I think it's more important to be a student as well. You gotta be a student. So let's get back to reconciliation, right? So you have to come to a point in this journey where you have to reconcile with other people, right? Not just other people, but reconcile with yourself. I know that sounds crazy. That sounds really crazy. It may not make sense at first, but you got to reconcile with yourself because this is where a lot of self esteem issues come from. People actually hate themselves because of certain things that they've gone through, certain things that they've done. People actually start hating themselves. Nah, we not there no more. We leveling up now. We are starting to love ourselves again. We're starting to treat ourselves better now. So you have to come to a point of reconciliation with yourself. Reconcile with the way you feel about you. Man, it's okay to talk to yourself. That'd be the first thing. Do the internal work first. Yes, Lord. That's exactly where we going with this. Internal work is key. Key. Because you will never be able to reconcile with anybody else if you are consistently lying to yourself. I lied to myself for years, y'all. And look at me, man. Most people never knew that. I'm telling y'all stuff about me that y'all never knew. Man, I used to hate myself. I used to lie to myself all the time. That, you good, you straight, you got it all together, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man, no. I had my little quote unquote come to Jesus moment and was super honest with myself about me, where I am, how I am. It's like, nah, dude, this is not cool. This does not line up for where you're going or how you're going to be. That should be the first. Love you first. That's right. Cherry said, love you first. Because you can't, and let's be honest, man, you can't properly love anybody else if you don't love you. Let's just keep it a buck. You cannot properly love somebody else and not love you. Only you can convince yourself. Yes, that's right. That's right. Chris Wilkes says only you can convince yourself. Like, yeah, reconcile with yourself, y'all. Take that time. Sit down and have that come to Jesus moment. Have these hard conversations with yourself. Have these hard conversations. And it's okay to have hard conversations are healthy. You have to be adult enough, emotionally intelligent enough to not take a lot of stuff personal and to be willing to grow. And when I say take it personal, like, you reconcile it with yourself, talking to yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to say some stuff to yourself that's going to hurt yourself. Don't worry about it. Nobody's watching. Nobody's around. You don't got to be embarrassed about none of this. You don't have to be. It is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's do the work to become better, because I am on this journey where I am doing the work to become better. Like, I've been angry for a long time, frustrated for a long time, and it's only been in the recent weeks that I've been better with my frustration. I've been better with my quote unquote anger. Like, I'm getting through the day. I'm not as sad anymore. And I'm saying that. I'm being honest. Most people don't know that about me. Like, I'm struggling. I was struggling with happiness, struggling with where I want to go, what I want to do. I was struggling with that. I'm being honest with y'all. And then, everybody asks me, how you doing today, man? I'm good, man. I'm straight. I'm wonderful. But deep inside, I wasn't wonderful. Just deep inside, I wasn't wonderful. But you still, even though, I was speaking things that are not as though they were. Excuse me, I was doing that, but you still have to be careful with who you reveal what you really feel to. Because if you're not careful, people that will be a playground for people, especially manipulators. They will figure out a way to come in and shape and mold what you're saying to get you in a spot to where they can literally, this is mind control, bruh. Like, real talk. Real talk. So we was talking about reconciliation. I don't even know how I got there. But y'all know me by now. We gonna be talking about whatever we talking about, and we go wherever it is that we go with this. But yeah, so that's reconciliation. Reconcile with yourself. Feel better about yourself. And then boom, we started talking about this at the very beginning of this. Restoration. Let's restore ourselves back to the place where we were the happiest. And I don't care what anybody says. Somebody can tell you all day long, life ain't all about you being happy all the time. Okay, that's cool. That works for you. Now, we're going to be realistic, y'all. You're not going to be happy every moment, but for the most part, happiness should be all of our portion. We operate in life better. We handle life situations better. We handle other people's whatever that is that they have going on better. Reconciliation is part of what you're saying. Not be sad, and yeah, we're not gonna be sad, y'all. Yeah, take me back, dear Lord, to the place where I first received you. Take me back. Man, I should have turned my keyboard on. I would have started playing that in really, really Baptist way. Super Andre Crouch right now, yo. All right, so anyway, matter of fact, I think I need to start doing that. I think I need to start keeping my keyboard on. So if I get a spurt to play something, I'll just play it while I'm live. All right, so that's neither here nor there. Listen, y'all, my attention span is still short. I don't think I want to work on that because that makes me kind of who I am. But yeah, so let's restore. I had to learn that people can't make you happy. It's not their responsibility. Yes, there we go. Yes, and we were literally going to that, right? Because people will say, "You make me so happy," and I'll be like, "Yo, well, what would happen one of these days where I do something that doesn't make you happy? So how is that going to make you feel? Like, how is that going to make you feel about me? Like, so the thing about it is, I can aid to your happiness, but I shouldn't be the reason why you're happy, because your happiness comes from within, regardless of how people are, who people are. Happiness has to come from within, because if you're relying on other people to make you happy all the time, you're going to be sad. You're going to be depressed all the time. All the time, because people fluctuate, people shift, people change. It is what it is. This is life. We're humans. We're emotional creatures. Sometimes our emotions are here. Sometimes our emotions are there. Sometimes our emotions is here. Man, but it is what it is. You have to be happy within. And Cherry says it's our responsibility to make ourselves happy. Happiness is your personal responsibility. It is our responsibility to make sure that we are happy. Man, I cannot stress that enough. Man, I've been going through, wasn't happy, looking for somebody else to make me happy. And nah, it was within me. It was within me, y'all. Like I was like, I had to decide, like, I don't want to be unhappy anymore. I don't want to be sad anymore. I don't want to be depressed anymore. It's like I'm missing out on the good things of life because I'm sitting here moping. It's like, yo, like this beautiful edifice right here. Hold on. This beautiful, beautiful edifice right now. This is beautiful. God is good. All right, so this beautiful edifice in here, right? It's like, this is a great place to be. It feels good. It brings me joy. But when I was sad, when I was depressed, I didn't even come down here. Like, I would come down here. It would be months on end before I would come down here. Or I would come down here every once in a while. Like, even if I needed to learn a song because I had to play, I wouldn't even learn a song here. I wouldn't even come down here. And this is my place of complete and utter joy. And so it's like I had to decide that I did not want to be in that place anymore, because now I'm missing out on all the good things, like me learning certain things down here. Like I used to go down a rabbit hole of like YouTube, learning stuff on YouTube about video, audio, and then like, and I would enjoy the hours spent on these things, right? And then it's like nothing, because I was depressed. I was sad. And then I was just like, yo, I don't want to be like this anymore. Like, you have to come to that point of like, yo, I don't want to be this anymore. I need to be restored back to the place of utter joy. When was that place for you? Think about it. Take a few minutes. Think about that time that you can be like, oh my God, this is like straight, utter joy. Think about that. What was that time for you? And if you feel comfortable putting it in the chat, please do. If not, that's okay. You don't have to. But just think about it. This could be rhetorical or not. Just think about it. When was that time? And then I think about the times that I am the most happy is when, and I'm gonna be super transparent, is when I was doing music full time. When I was my own boss. I was just about to ask you that. How did you start coming out? Well, coming out. How did I start? I just decided that this enough was enough. Enough was enough, man. Like it was just too much. Around the house, not saying a word to anybody. Like a lot of that is because, social anxiety, which still sounds weird in your own house, but it is what it is. A lot of that was social anxiety, but a lot of it was like I just didn't want to be bothered with anybody, like nobody. Like I'm at work, I talk for a living. So I'm just like, I don't want to talk, outside of this. It is what it is. But it's just like just moping around all the time, just like to the point where it was like, yo, is he all right? Everything cool? And then I got tired of that. I got tired of that. I got tired of being that way. And it's just like, yo, all right, I'm gonna slowly start getting into things that make me feel better. It's like I've been going out a little more with like my coworkers and stuff like that because they were committed to pulling me out of my shell. They were committed to be like, yo, there's more to life than you just being by yourself. There's more to life than being a recluse. Now, you don't got to do the stuff that we do because, that's fine. But still, be out in society. Go do things. And then like that's how I started coming out of it. I started getting out and doing things. I started, like I said, hanging out with coworkers and while they ordering their sex on the beaches, I'm getting my Coke cuz I like Coke. Like that's my thing. Like I'm not a drinker, so I don't really care to drink. If that's your thing, that's cool. I don't care. That's like, you know what I mean? So it's like I started doing other things, started getting out of my shell a little bit. And that's like literally helped me to see how valuable that I really am because people are starting to like, hey, man, like your presence matter. And you have to have somebody somewhere in your life to remind you how valuable you are. You have to do that. You have to have somebody to remind you of your value because you can feel like you're valuable, one day, but life will life and you will forget that part of yourself too. You will forget what you bring to the table, right? So you need someone, you need a reminder. All right, so Cherry says, for me, one day I was sitting across the table from my son and he was discussing an event that was coming up. He was a part of, and there we go. And he was so happy, and I was happy for him. Wonderful. Chris Wilkes says, it's amazing. No one would think musicians would get social anxiety, but we do. Listen. Like, so the thing about it is, the thing with musicians, right? People think that, we just super outgoing all the time. Most of us aren't. It's like, okay, we just have this particular talent that we have, which is cool. We have this one particular talent, and it just so happens that people want to be around us for this talent. But we just be like, I'm going to do my job, play my instrument, and I'm out. Yo, what's up, Lo? How's it going? How's it going, Lo? All right, it says, hey, bro, the thing is they have no idea who they are hanging out with. You are great, sir. I'll always cherish learning from you. Oh, man, Lo, thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Yo, Lo, check this out, right? Dude Chris Wilkes right here that's in the chat. You follow him, man. He's he's a really, really incredible bass player, yo. Really incredible. Really incredible. Like that's my man. He's dope. He's dope. We played together for years in Connecticut. Like that dude is the truth. Yo, anxiety is real. Like Cherry said, I'm telling you, anxiety is crazy, man. And anxiety will have you sitting in silence around people who need to hear your voice. Man, listen. The anxiety will have you sitting in silence for people who need your voice. Man, think about that. You have so much to offer, so much to say, so much that will change the lives of the people around you. But because anxiety will rest on your shoulders like a 500-pound weight that you have not been conditioned to carry. We said that a few weeks ago, that you have not been conditioned to carry. It will silence you, and you will miss these opportunities to change the narrative of other people's lives. Because the things that we've gone through, y'all, is not just for us. Everything that we've gone through in life is for other people. Other people. Other people. Yes. Yes. So during this time of unlearning, you are developing these things, and it's so funny. We can go back like a month, right? A month or two ago, when we were talking about the journey of unlearning and talking about this is a time to be selfish, right? To just, you are only going to be thinking about you, right? So during this time, you're thinking about you. You're getting yourself together. You're getting all of your thoughts together. You're gaining this strength back. You are reconciling, and you're rehabilitating, and you're rejuvenating. We're going to talk about rejuvenation in a second. Getting all of this stuff together. So now you are your strongest. You're at your optimal strength. Now you can help other people. And we are on that path right now to be able to help other people. We're getting over our social anxiety. We're getting over our depression. We're getting over all of the hurt and the pain of yesterday. We're getting over all of this stuff. So now we can tell our story without reliving it. Yes, that's the key, to be able to tell your story without reliving it. Yeah, without those hard emotions that are attached to those stories, man. Like, let's go. And catch this. It's so unfair to the ones who really love you. You're right. The deep silence is unfair to the ones that really love you. And Wilkes says, projected agendas. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, so, wow, Jerry, it is unfair to the ones that really love you. The silence is unfair. That's crazy. It is. And not just the ones that love you. The silence is unfair to the people that are assigned to you. If you silent, your voice can't be heard, and your voice can't do what it's supposed to do. And that's literally why I am doing this right here. Because I'm getting out of my shell. I don't really like talking like that. I just like doing what I do, and I'm done. I don't really like talking like that, y'all. Don't. But we gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it, because I'm not missing no more opportunities. And like I said last week, the opportunities that I am creating now, I audibly said, I want to become a music producer again, right? And well, to be honest with you, once a music producer, always a music producer. I'm just talking about a music producer with placements again, right? I want to do it. And I said, I'm putting myself in position to execute those opportunities. And it's so crazy. In my memories in Facebook popped up placements that I had. I was like, what? It was just a reminder. Yeah, all right, you said it. Now I'm going to remind you. It's here. Let's get it done. Let's start doing it. Let's do it. Call on your connections. Let's make some records happen, man. Because I'm sitting on all of this talent, sitting on all of this money that could be flowing through my fingers. Sitting through all of this money that could be flowing through my fingers, but I'm just sitting here depressed and not coming down here doing nothing. Oh my God. Yo, it's time. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. Let's fix this, man. Rehabilitation, reconciliation. Let's go. Let's be better. Let's restore the things. And I said restoration, right? I'm restoring myself back to the producer. Yes. I'm restoring myself back to the producer. Restore yourself back to whatever it is that created to make sure that you were at your happiness. I was, like I said, I was at my happiest when I was doing music full time. I was at my happiest when I was in all of these studios. With like major artists, stuff that I've never told anybody that I was doing. Yeah, I am pushing myself back to the greatness. And then it's so funny, right? And I was just like, man, so I have this like regular job, I have excellent health benefits, dental benefits, vision benefits. Like, you see these glasses? These joints is fresh than a mug, bruh. That's right. I can see clear, and I can read all your comments tonight. So I was like, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to leave that, right? But it's just so happens. So every 6 months at my job, right? Every 6 months, we bid on our schedules, right? So it goes by seniority. The longer you're with the company, the better options you have in terms of your schedule. Like, all right, I've only been with Delta for 3 years and some change, right? Like 3 years, 4 months at this point. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. 3 years and 4 months, right? So I'm a red coat, right? This is a supervisor for ticket and gate agents. So that number of people is like 158 of us, right? Out of this whole big Atlanta airport, there's only 158 of us. I am number 4 from the bottom of the list, which means I will get whatever is left over. So I'm mentioning my schedule for a reason, right? So I've been full-time, 40 hours a week, all of that, right? So I said, you know what? I'm just going to bid whatever I want. Whatever they give me, I already know. I'm at the bottom of the list. I'm going to get whatever, right? So, so I bid. So once the bid came out, now when I bid, right, I bid my first 20, they call it, your schedule is called a line, right? So my first like 20 lines was all like part-time. And normally when you're topped out, meaning you have the top pay, like you've been there for the longest, most of those people, they would get like, they would grab those part-time lines because they was like, I make twice as much as that guy at the bottom, so I don't need full-time, and I will still make more than this cat, right? So the crazy part about it is, I keep looking over there because I'm looking at myself. Sorry, these glasses are so fly. All right, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to bid exactly what I want. My first 20-something lines was all part-time, right? And I had no idea that I was going to get it. I thought I was going to end up staying on the concourse that I was on, right? So then once the bid dropped, I opened it up and looked. I saw part-time. I was like, yes, Lord. So I don't work 40 hours. I only work 30 hours a week, right? And then it's so funny that all of this is coming into play where I'm like, I want to be a music producer again. I want to get placements again, right? So now I got 10 extra hours a week. What am I going to do with these hours? Yeah, in order for you to do what you got to do, put those 10 extra hours back into your happy place. Do what you got to do. Like, things will align. Once you start audibly saying something, once you start speaking it with your lips, man, things will align, especially if it's something that you're supposed to be doing. Things will manifest. I got an opportunity coming up where I'm going to play on a world-renowned stage. Like, yes, I've played on plenty of stages before. I've never played on this particular one before, and this is a classical stage that I get to be on, which is amazing. I will probably share that with y'all once I do it. I'm not going to say anything before I do it because, it is what it is. I'm not going to share y'all when you do it, but it's in a couple of months. Once I do it, then I'll share it, and this is going to be a magnificent situation, right? So, nah, bro, you've always been great. Man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. In my opinion, you step back to step up. Yeah. You've been everything that you are, so I'm going to let you reintroduce myself. That's right. This is the reintroduction of the producer, Ray Boy. Yes, sir. All right. If we don't use... All right. Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry. I missed all of these comments by talking, right? So he says, my change happened when I chose to understand my severe depression, severe anxiety, and panic attacks. That path opened so much. Yes, sir. When you realize and recognize, it gives you the ability to change. Yes. And if we don't use it, God will take it. Use your gifts. Thank you, Cherry. I'm definitely going to use my gifts. Wonderful. Be productive. I am going to be productive, Chris. Yes, I am. So these 10 hours, and it's so funny, like I said, once I said that I am going to go ahead and be a music producer again, boom, I got 10 more hours a week. And then simultaneously while things were changing for me mentally, deciding not to be in that depressive state anymore. Do I still have like little spouts and bats? Of course we all do, but I don't live there because, like I said, it's okay to feel your emotions, but it's not okay to stay in. Again, it's not okay to stay in your emotions. It's not okay. So all of these things, and while I'm talking to you guys, this is so crazy. It's literally putting every single thing into perspective that's been happening over the last couple of weeks. Man, with my schedule change, beautiful. Still got my same days off, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't care about having a weekend off. It doesn't matter to me. As long as I get to work in the afternoons. All right, that's all I care about, is working in the afternoons. So I get this time back. I get 10 extra hours back. I only work 6 hours a day, y'all. 6 hours a day. Ain't got good. And I work at the airport with a bunch of crazy folk. I work at the airport with a bunch of crazy folk. So I'm only dealing with crazy folk for 6 hours a day, not 8, 10, or 12. Because when everything goes left, when the weather goes crazy or a bunch of delays and all that other stuff happens, it normally happens after I leave work. Praise God. I don't have to have a late night unless I choose to have a late night, which is amazing. So I have gotten 10 hours back. Yes, he will do it. Yes, he will. Yes, he won't. He will. Yes, he will. He will do it. I've gotten 10 hours back that I am committed to putting into me being a producer again. And if you guys follow me on other platforms like TikTok or Instagram, is going to be Terrence Nelson again. If you notice, I've been posting a lot of me playing lately. Very little keyboard stuff because that's what I do. I could do that in my sleep. A lot of bass stuff, and I actually took this piece off the wall and played it. Because normally my guitar is it's just for decoration. Because I don't really play guitar like that. That's the bishop favorite. Glory, ha! Oh, glory. Here's the Episcopal greeting hand. That's right. But yeah, man, so I've been like, you know what? I am going to get back to the love of my life, which is music. And like when I tell y'all I love music, I would sit here, man, and just be like, boom. All right, I want to do this real quick. And I go make it happen. Boom, get it done, right? We gotta that place of restoration. I am restoring myself back to the music producer, to the musician. I am restoring myself back. So whatever that place is of total happiness and bliss for you, restore yourself back to that place because you was there at one point. What stopped you from being there? You let life, man, this is probably the 4th time I did that. That's okay. It is what it is. You have let life you so bad to the point that you forgot your happy place. And when I say you, that includes me, because I am very transparent about that. I let life so much that I forgot. And then I didn't even realize the opportunity that I had that was waiting for me, which is 10x. Like I always say, time is the number one investment that you'll never get a return on, right? So I actually gained some time. I gained some time to pour back into me, pour back into my happiness, pour back into things that's going to like elevate my family financially. Like I don't have to worry about the old days of when I was trying to get music out. Like it's super easy to do it now. Like I'm well connected with. I don't mean this. I don't mean it in a way that sounds braggadocious, right? Like it is what it is. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody that can save everybody, right? Anybody. but I am well connected, with people in the music industry, right? And yeah, now it's time to live on purpose for your purpose. Man, look at you, Deacon. Deacon Minister Saints and Friend over there. Yes, sir. So, like, I'm well connected at this point to where I can send people, hit makers, directly to, like, I can send music directly to people that are hit makers that I have direct connects with. And I don't mean emails, I mean cell phones. I know where you live. I go to your house. I'm here in Atlanta where everything be happening, y'all. This is a great place for us. So if you don't live in Atlanta, I think you need to come here before the traffic get too bad. Well, the traffic is terrible. It is what it is. The traffic is horrible here. But before it gets like too bad, where before the traffic becomes like India's traffic. If you ever been to India, the traffic is terrible there. Like really, really bad. So before Atlanta traffic becomes that, come on, move down here. There's anything that you're into, the opportunity is here for you. All right. So I have one more little tiny, oh man, it's 50 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, this was necessary. All right. So, so one more point before I get out of here. Point that sounds so churchy, y'all. That sounds so churchy. One more point. One more bullet point. Rejuvenation. Yes, sir, Doc. Now, after you have restored yourself back into the position of happiness, now we're going to rejuvenate, be happy. Like, let's just be jovial. Yes, like now let's go to the optimum place of happiness. The optimal place of resurgence. Yes, sir. You said bishop duties. Don't be sorry. This was good. Thank you, Cherry. So, like, listen, man. Let's get to the height of heights. It's time. We're redeeming our time now. Yeah. The time that we thought that we lost, we getting it back. I'm a living witness of that. I thought I was giving all of this time to Delta. Nah, dog. I just got 10 hours a week back from them. Still got the same benefits. I still can fly anytime I feel like it for free. Praise God. I go to the doctor. I don't really got to pay a lot of money out of my pocket, y'all. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Going up to the high places. Oh, man. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man. So we're rejuvenating. We're redeeming the time. Let's go. Let's make it rock. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. And let's do it for us so we can help other people get it done, y'all. All right. So during this process, real quick, right? During this process, the joy of the Lord is our strength. You know me? Yes, sir. If you want joy, just leap for it. Yes, leap. Leap. Ha. Yeah. So during this time of rehabilitation, reconciliation, restoration, and rejuvenation, the posture of holding things and grudges is over. We're done. We're done with holding grudges. We're done with holding things over other people's head. We're done with holding things over our own heads because we are harder on us than we are to other people. You can tell we all a little churchy. Yeah, man, we super churchy. And I'll be like, yo, man, I don't want this podcast to be nothing churchy. And you just can't be you just can't not be who you are. That's just who I am. It is what it is. So the time of holding grudges is over because that hurts you more than it hurts the other person. You thinking you doing something by being mad at somebody else. You ain't doing nothing but stifling your own growth. It's over. Because you can't have rehabilitation, you can't have reconciliation, you can't have restoration nor rejuvenation when you're still holding stuff over other people and over yourself. It's over. Forgiveness And moving forward is the new currency. Love is the new currency. Freedom is the new currency. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. You guys have given me 55 minutes of your time. And I said to myself I wasn't going to go an hour. I really said that. I was like, yeah, that was it. I'm not going an hour. But nevertheless, here we are. It is what it is. When we have these excellent discussions, I mean, we're here. It is. Yeah, because they went on sleeping good and you just mad. You right. People go on sleeping real good and, we mad. I was mad. And Cass was like, man, the guy ain't losing no sleep over this. He's got to get over it. I said, oh, sorry. Keep it pushing. I'm done. It is what it is. And we don't want to push away the right people who are placing. Oh, yeah. You're right about that, Doc. You're right about that. All right. So you guys have given me 55 minutes of your time placed in our lives. Yeah, you're right, Cherry. 55 minutes of our time. 56 at this point. All right. All right. So let me read what Cherry wrote. She said, all that, and we don't want to push away the right people who are placed in our lives. You are super correct. That is something, because like I said before, at the very beginning of this, we said that, excuse me, we said that we're social creatures. We're not designed to move through life alone. We're not designed for that. And then we got to be extremely careful how we handle people while we're in this transition, because we will end up pushing away the ones that are designed to carry us to the next place. Telling you. Or the ones that are designed to walk with us during our next assignments. So we got to be really careful. All right, now, I'm getting out of here because it's 57 minutes. All right, you guys have given me 57 minutes of your time. For that, I am eternally grateful. Time is the number one investment that you will never, ever, 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 ever get a return on. And you guys decide to give me this time, and I am forever grateful. Thank you guys even Jesus had disciples. You right, Chris? Thank you guys so much for sticking in, having these conversations, man, because these conversations are so necessary, and you guys are really... Chris Wilkes, what's your YouTube, bro? Put your YouTube in this chat real quick. Yo, so, we are... I love this village. You guys have helped me discover so much about myself. I always get epiphanies during every single conversation that we have. You guys get epiphanies during every single conversation that we have. So next week, same exact time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will go live again. We will have a video come up again. It might not be live. Depending on what I got going on. I got to go out of town next week. I think I do. Something's going on. But either way it goes, something is going to pop up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I can't wait for y'all to be a part of it. Let's go. Let's grow. Now, if you guys have anybody in mind that is like-minded, that is on the same path, the same trajectory as we all are, go ahead and share this with them. Send this video to them. Like this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Tell your homie, hey, listen, this is pretty cool. Subscribe to this particular channel. We have open discussions over here. We have conversations over here. This is not your typical podcast. We don't have segments. We just have conversations. And then let's just do what we do. Everybody who does what they do is cool. That's cool, but that's not my assignment. My assignment is to have a conversation that we all can relate to, and nothing that's forced. We're not forcing nothing over here. So go ahead, click the notification bell. So whenever a video comes up, whenever I'm live, you guys can be right here, a part of this live conversation. So until next time, like I said, thank you for your time. I dare not bastardize it. Good night.